The Toscana region of Italy is known for its spectacular hilltop towns and its exceptional vineyards and wineries. In this video, we visit 3 of those towns, Montepulciano, Pienza, and Arezzo. And we also sample some very special Vino Nobile di Montepulciano, stored deep in the caverns under the streets of Montepulciano at the De'Ricci vineyard, as well as spending an afternoon in the Tuscan Countryside at the Boscarelli Winery, where we try one of Wine Spectator's top 100 wines in the world. Welcome to Wandering with Rick and Rachel. Come with us as we explore culture, history, art, food, and wine. This time in Tuscany.
We're a director and an actor who've spent our lives telling stories on stage. Now we're chasing new ones out in the world, one unscripted moment at a time. Hello, we are in the small city of Pienza. We have a break in the weather. It's been rainy in Montepulciano, so we are here today. It's a little cloudy, but it doesn't matter because this is one of the most beautiful spots. The Val di Orcia. And just take a look around. And the last time we were here, which was the first time we were here, which was a really long time ago, was in the early spring, and it was so windy and so cold, but it was still stunningly beautiful. So we're looking forward to kind of just walking around and seeing some more of Pienza.
The town of Pienza is one of the gems of Tuscany. This charming village, known as the City of Pius, was meticulously rebuilt in the 15th century by Pope Pius II, who was born there, to become the first planned ideal Renaissance town, earning it UNESCO World Heritage status. Beyond its stunning architecture and hilltop views, Pienza is famous for its delicious Pecorino cheese made from sheep's milk, a local specialty. And for film buffs and theater geeks like us, you might recognize it as a location for Franco Zeffirelli's classic 1968 film of Romeo and Juliet. For our week in Tuscany, we based ourselves in Montepulciano so we could drive to a number of nearby Tuscan villages and wineries. Since it was late in October, the weather varied every day, with rain and mist often creating their own stunning Tuscan views.
Isn't that something? So we're in Montepulciano. We're in a little overlook just off Piazza Grande, and it's been raining for days and days. But right now it stopped raining.
And we found this incredible overlook.
Yeah, we did. Nobody else did, just us. We're so clever.
And we've been doing a lot of driving out there in the countryside the last couple of days, but it's great to see it from this venue. And just seeing how many vineyards there are surrounding us all through this valley,
and
below the clouds.
Groves, all those olive trees out there.
Yeah. Montepulciano offers a unique blend of history, culture, and natural beauty. From its strategically significant perch and its role as a Renaissance intellectual hub, to its world-renowned wine and the miraculous legends behind the Church of San Biagio, the town invites visitors to step into a living testament to Italian heritage. Really atmospheric back street in Montepulciano.
So this is Piazza Grande in Montepulciano, and a gray, drizzly day at the end of October, but not ridiculously cold. I think it's in the 60s. So we're going to take a look around. I don't know what any of the buildings are called because we didn't do any research. There's the big one. I call that the big building. And over there's the building with the flags. And that one, that's a cistern. I know it is a cistern. That's the portico building. I'm renaming them all. There's going to be plaques soon. That's the building with the Enoteca, Cantucci.
That's the Cantucci Winery. We know that.
Yeah. Do we? And that's the church with the huge campanile. It's beautiful up here.
Absolutely beautiful. Now we're going to walk up to the top of Montepulciano.
Okay, cool.
Let's go. Montepulciano is known globally for its celebrated wine, Vino Nobile di Montepulciano. This wine is not merely a commercial product. It stands as a symbol of the region's cultural identity and historical economic importance. A 17th century poet famously hailed it as the king of all wines, hence its name, and it was among the very first Italian wines to receive an origin guarantee from the Italian government, underscoring its long-standing tradition of quality and its deep connection to the land.
Hello, we are still in Montepulciano, and we're about to do a wine tour through the cellar and then a tasting, and this one is De'Ricci. And the one we chose was 6 tastings because remember my thing about steps.
87 steps later, we were deep underground. Montepulciano is famous for its warren of historic wine caves, many of which are located beneath the town's buildings and date back centuries. These cellars, often carved directly into the stone, are used for aging the Vino Nobile. Some cellars, like those here at De'Ricci, have sections dating back to Etruscan times and feature unique architectural elements like brick vaults and tunnels.
We're inside. It's absolutely beautiful in here. Recommend coming. I mean, it's worth it just to come in here and walk around. She has great stories to tell about the family and the vineyard and the winery, and we're on our own for just a second. We've been given permission to walk down by ourselves first. So I want to play hide and seek down here. This is so cool.
This is really a wine cave.
Wow.
Nibbles?
Nibbles, a charcuterie, but you don't get 2 of the chicken liver, but Rick doesn't like the chicken liver, so on his plate he gets 2 of the tomato. So I gave him my tomato, and I took the chicken liver pate. So far we have 3 that we've started with, and then she's going to come in. Here we go, 3 more. Right, and we're ready.
Just in time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are not tiny little tasting pours. So far,
I'm on number 4.
You're on number 4, and do you have a favorite wine so far that you've tasted?
So far it's number 4.
Okay, and which one is that?
That's the Vino Nobile di Montepulciano, their Sur Aldo, which I guess is their
signature sort of?
Their highest, they're featured their highest price Vino Nobile. There's a reason. And it's good. You're swirling like crazy.
I'm swirling. You know what? Some people do it on the tabletop, but no. The professionals. Am I doing it right? I gotta get it going. It's like a frisbee or a hula hoop. It's like a hula hoop. You gotta get it. You gotta start it. You gotta keep it. You gotta get it going. I spend most of my time doing this. You sniff it really hard, and you swirl it, and you look at it, and then you finally take your sip.
You're a goofball.
I never do that. Why? Okay, but it still tastes good. All right, I'm done. Bye. You go to eat, Mike. Last time you saw us, we were doing an amazing wine tasting, and now we are just in this little tiny cafe, and we're going to get some ribollita, which is a soup. We got a bottle of wine, which is the wine from the place that we were doing the tasting.
Because we felt we needed to honor the time that we spent in their wine cellar, right?
Right.
De'Ricci.
Yeah. So we're going to sit out here. Hardly anybody's here. It's so quiet. It's really getting foggy.
In this weather, I always find when it gets like cool like this, and then foggy and misty, when you turn a corner on one of these streets and there aren't any people, I feel like I'm suddenly dropped back into either the medieval era or the Renaissance era,
yeah.
right?
Yes, yes. Are you waiting for vampires to come out and get you?
I'm always waiting for vampires after dark. I always think they're going to be vampires.
Yes, but you do know. You probably don't know this.
What, Rachel? Are you a vampire? What? Should I know this?
A little bit. No, some scenes from Twilight were filmed here in Montepulciano.
Really?
Oh, you hear the bell tolling?
There's the bell.
Yes.
Pulcinella just told.
Yeah. So, yes. So, where are we? Look at this beautiful town square. This is the Piazza Grande, but not in Montepulciano. This is in Arezzo, and it's a larger town than Montepulciano and some of the others we've been to. It is so beautiful here, the buildings and medieval architecture. We haven't wandered around too much. Apparently there's certain places you can go and you can see views out on the valleys, but just the buildings and the vibe so far is really, I don't want to use the word genuine, but it's just so much less touristy and crazy, as you can tell.
Known as the City of Gold due to its long history of gold and jewelry craftsmanship, Arezzo also hosts Italy's largest antique fair. Additionally, Arezzo is the birthplace of Guido of Arezzo, who invented the modern system of musical notation.
So still in Arezzo, we made it up to the Fortezza, and you can walk around the walls of it. It's that kind of star-shaped old medieval fortress. There's a lot of history here from the Etruscan times and Romans, medieval. We were walking around, we're looking at beautiful scenery. We're walking along here and we look over, and it's very sobering. Do you want to, can you
Sure.
down and look at
Sure.
this? So this is the cemetery at Arezzo.
And it's just huge.
It is.
Clearly hundreds and hundreds of years of folks in the town. There's so much history who are buried here in the cemetery.
If you notice, and this is what you'll find in a lot of old Italian cemeteries, the pictures of the people who've passed are on the spot that they're buried. So that's kind of why it looks like almost like an art gallery with cemetery below it. It's not. It's just everybody's, their picture or a saying or something about them from their family. And then you look past it and you've got this absolutely stunning
Olive
scenery.
groves for miles and miles and miles.
Cypress and
yeah.
We decided to drive out of Montepulciano, and we're still in the region, to go to a winery here. We're going to have a tour. I think they're going to take us through the vineyards. We're going to see the cellar. We're going to do some tastings. This one's called Boscarelli. Don't know anything about it.
Except they made the Wine
really
Spectator
good
Top 100 a couple of times.
Yeah, they've been in, yes. So
We just
it's gonna
learned.
be really nice. And again, end of October. Can you hear the birds? No, because they stopped as soon as. But look how beautiful.
The sun is so
We've got
warm. Yeah. Yeah.
Gorgeous, typical countryside. It's right out of a movie or a painting.
We really fell in love with Vino Nobile on this trip and gained a deep respect for the producers here. Very different from the more common Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, which is a completely different grape and from a region not remotely near Montepulciano. Vino Nobile demonstrates some of the unique qualities of the region: clay and sandy soil, hot, dry summers, and cool, wet falls and springs. Primarily from the same Sangiovese grape found in the more well-known Chianti Classico from the Chianti region, as well as in the exceptional and highly celebrated Brunello di Montalcino from its neighbor, the Vino Nobile from the producers we visited were among our favorite wines in the world. How are you enjoying the barrel stave swing?
This is as close as I'm going to get to being inside a wine barrel. So
That's actually true.
here we are. I hope. So here we are, last day in the Montepulciano region, Siena region of Tuscany. We decided to drive up and then walk a little into this beautiful, iconic chapel that you'll probably recognize from lots and lots of photographs. Cappella della Madonna.
This one over here?
Vitaletta. Yes.
Yeah.
And as we were walking up here, we also realized that there's a film shoot.
Yeah.
We were coming up the backside, and you see all the wagons, the trucks with their gear in it, and we saw the makeup artists and the trailers and the talent. And that's kind of cool. Something
Yeah,
I
we're
haven't seen in a
really
while.
enjoying this this walk today. This is
I'm going to take this and turn it on you.
yeah,
There
great.
you go. Hello, Rick.
Hi there. So since we're in our last day, which means it's October 28th, we really didn't expect that we'd be having short shirt sleeve weather. It's hot, it's sunny, it's beautiful blue skies, and you can just see the fields of Tuscany, the vineyards, the olive groves, just for miles and miles. It's a glorious way to end our our October in Italy and our week in Tuscany.
This is just wonderful. I am loving it. We're leaving here and we're going to London.
It's going to be considerably cooler.
And then Ireland. So we are definitely
Soaking up the sun today.
getting as much as we can out of the sunshine and the countryside as possible.
Of course, Tuscany is high on our list, not only for places to visit, but also where we could easily see ourselves living. With our love of history, art, food, and wine, there are few places like it in the world. We can't wait to return.